As important as it is to create high-quality products which every body and soul can enjoy, it is also important to protect a sustainable world that every body and soul in generations to come can enjoy. Hi everyone, it's good to be with you again today. I'm Jerry Anderson, President here at New Earth, and with me is Doug Jackson, longtime employee and Vice President of Operations. He oversees everything from engineering, harvesting, production, to shipping.
Hi everyone.
We also have Gary Fanning, another longtime team member. He's the production manager and in charge of creating the end product. The packaging of these finished products is all due to Gary's team.
Hello.
And also is Josh Willey, QC supervisor and analytical chemist. His team ensures that the product is safe and efficacious and that all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed.
Hi everybody.
Thank you for being with me, guys. Appreciate it a whole lot. So we're going to talk a little bit about sustainability here today. So as I was saying before, it's important to remember that while we're enjoying the benefits that wild microalgae gives us, we sustain a level of quality to the environment that gives us the microalgae. We take specific measures to be conscious of the environment here at New Earth. This includes everything from testing water quality, harvesting with clean technology, to monitoring the Klamath Lake watershed. So let's begin at the beginning. Josh, let's talk a bit about the measures we take to monitor the lake environment.
Thanks, Jerry. Yeah, that's a good place to start. First off, we take a lot of measures to make sure we are creating a safe product. We'll hear more on that during the next presentation. We also take measures to track the environmental quality. Here are some tests and steps we take to ensure the habitat in which the algae lives is not being harmed during our processes. Weekly, or more frequently, we grab samples from the lake and test for pH, dissolved oxygen, and water temperature. This data provides a snapshot of the condition of the lake. When it comes to harvesting, we pull samples daily and monitor the quality of the wild microalgae. We test for purity, the species of algae present, the temperature, and the solids content. For each batch of wild microalgae, we send samples to ISO-certified third-party labs to test for actives like chlorophyll, phycocyanin, and PEA. And the labs also test for potential contaminants like pesticides, pathogenic bacteria, natural toxins, and heavy metals. We also purchase various raw materials from suppliers that we have vetted and approved. Each lot of raw material that is received is put into QC hold until we have tested it for actives and potential contaminants and officially approved each lot. Once a finished product is manufactured, before we begin to ship it, we test it for a number of label claims and potential contaminants. If it passes the testing to our standards, we then release the finished product for sale. In addition to these steps, we also work with several certification organizations and governmental agencies. For our GMP registration, we maintain our own manufacturing facilities that are registered by NSF International to FDA's Good Manufacturing Practices. This entails 2 on-site audits per year. Our facilities are also registered GMP for sport, so customers can be assured none of New Earth's products contain banned substances. We also have USDA Organic. New Earth's facilities and several products are certified organic to the U.S. Department of Agriculture's National Organic Program. ProCert of Canada performs annual audits of our processing facilities and procedures. They continue to certify our entire operation as compliant with the requirements for organic certification. Additionally, the watersheds that feed into Klamath Lake are inspected by New Earth and ProCert annually for organic compliance. We're also kosher certified. Star-K of Baltimore, Maryland certifies New Earth's facilities and many products to kosher standards. A representative from Star-K inspects our facilities, products, and documentation each quarter. Representatives for Star-K also inspect all the operations of vendors that produce and approve kosher certified raw materials for New Earth. We also are halal certified. The internationally respected Islamic Food and Nutrition Council of America developed a procedure for producing halal, meaning lawful or permitted products that assure consistent methodical cleanliness throughout the entire production process. Ifanka inspects New Earth's facilities and processes and has certified many products, including wild microalgae body and wild microalgae mind, to halal certification standards. We also have non-GMO certification. A genetically modified organism is defined as an organism whose genetic makeup has been altered using genetic engineering techniques. There is a large range of crops being genetically altered for various reasons. We avoid all products and ingredients that contain GMOs. When sourcing ingredients, we will only work with those ingredients that are completely natural and without genetic modification. We require non-GMO certifications from all of our suppliers for each ingredient we purchase. Lastly, the Oregon Department of Agriculture and the US FDA perform unannounced audits of our facilities on a regular basis. They show up unannounced and inspect our manufacturing areas and documentation to ensure we are following their regulations. All of our lab processes are done keeping in mind reducing environmental impacts. From the lab reagents we use to recycling, we are mindful of the impact we make and do our best to be as green as possible.
Well, thank you, Josh. Yes, our top two priorities are to, one, create great products, and two, to make sure we're aware of the footprint it leaves and to ensure it's a small one. Now that we've covered the quality control side, let's hear from Doug, who has been at the helm of engineering of our harvesters and technology for 3 decades. Doug, let's share some of the technological advances we've made through the years.
Of course, Jerry. Through all of our stages, we've kept technology and advances. We've helped to improve the hardware of our manufacturing. Even in the beginning, we had to be creative and learn from other industries like dairy, sanitation, and agriculture. And along that route, we also had to become very good fabricators and engineers. Firstly, we had to access the waters of Upper Klamath Lake to get the products we need. We made contracts with several agencies for access to the waters being diverted from Upper Klamath Lake to 875 individual farms. All the while developing the technology and the craft, we were creating the industry, figuring out as we go. There were no books that explained how to harvest algae, so this is something we had to create. As our needs grew, we had to access more water and create more support activities. So we expanded our facilities and moved locations from a smaller diversion to a larger diversion. In the late 90s, the water rights of Upper Klamath Lake came to a head with the farmers. They lost access to water from the lake that they've had for decades. For us to sustain our product needs, it was very clear we had to move to the lake. Moving to the lake meant all kinds of positive goals were possible. Harvesting from the source was one. A clean natural environment was another. Organic pure product, unlimited supply. This would be sustainable in spite of the water rights issue and who gets the water when it leaves the lake. The tough part of getting it done was creating all new equipment, support equipment, and being more subject to Mother Nature. High winds, the lake freezing over in the winter created all kinds of issues that we had to address. Every year we're making things better, improving the quality of the product and the process. As we've developed our place on the waters of Upper Klamath Lake, we have made several improvements and created repetition to sustain harvesting even when things don't go as planned. We have several harvesters that we have created ourselves in-house with our own team of fabricators and engineers. We have several transport boats, which we have built in-house that transport thousands of pounds of product to shore as we harvest. We have several other support systems that keep chugging away, supporting our product needs coming from the lake.
Well, thank you, Doug. And thanks to your team and for all your hard work. You know, it doesn't happen. None of this happens without you and your hard work. So thank you for that. Now, it doesn't stop here, folks. Even during our process of production, including encapsulation and bottling, we take extra measures to ensure sustainability. Gary, you want to shed light on some of our practices and choices that continue our path to thinking greener? And while you're at it, can you talk a bit about the production process?
Sure thing, Jerry. Well, as Doug was saying, all of our engineering is carefully chosen to be both efficient and environmentally friendly. We do the same during our production process. That includes purchasing vegetarian capsules, plant caps, organic certified, veggie capsules, lower carbon footprint than gelatin capsules, recycling cardboard and plastics, using recyclable packaging, and office recycling program. Let's talk about the production process. It all starts with the testing and the approval of all raw materials by quality control to move forward with the packaging process. There are 21 products that we blend in our mixer. After the blending process ends, we take a sample of the bulk powder for QC for their testing of the actives and potential contaminants. Once approved, we move forward with the encapsulation process. Capsules and powder are loaded into an encapsulation machine, and settings are made for the correct fill weight of the product. Samples are taken throughout the process for testing to ensure the correct fill weight is being achieved. We can run upwards of 35,000 capsules per hour. Once the bulk capsules are finished being manufactured, the capsules are put on QC hold. After QC approves the bulk capsules, they are ready to be bottled on our bottling line. Every bottle gets filled with the appropriate amount of caps or tabs, and the bottle count is verified throughout the manufacturing run. Bottles go through a metal detector to verify there is no metal in the product. The lid is applied. The seal is then sealed on the bottle. Label is placed on the bottle with lot number and manufacturing date. Retainers are collected at this time for testing and then packed in 12 packs to be placed on the pallet. Once the bottling run is completed and the pallet tagged with the details of the bottling run, it waits to be cleared by QC in refrigerated warehouse. Once QC clears the finished product, it is ready to be shipped to your door.
Perfect. Thank you, Gary. And with shipping, it's more of the same. In shipping, we use packaging peanuts that are made from potato starch that you can compost. And we use corrugated shipping boxes that can be reused or recycled. And we actually stock several sizes of shipping boxes so we can minimize the size of boxes so there's less cardboard used. And it's actually lighter weight, so less fuel is used in transportation. Sounds kind of small, but over the course of a year, it will all add up. So we've researched best practices for thinking on a more sustainable level. We use bottles for the products that you can reuse. I love to reuse the bottles for various things or recycle them. A good portion of our electrical power comes from green energy, like solar and wind. We use the Pacific Power Blue Sky program. All the offices are great about recycling the various office materials. On the Harvester, the boat motors are 4 cycles, so they're very clean running. We're switching office incandescent and fluorescent bulbs to LED lights. They last longer and use less electricity. And some personnel work from home to save on fuel. We monitor the Klamath Lake watershed to ensure the environment is not spoiled, that it's nice and clean. And we use non-GMO ingredients, which is more sustainable. So it's really important to make special products that are high quality, but are also sustainable for our Earth. Because as you know, it's not just about eating well, but also about doing good. And helping our planet is a very large part of that. Because the saying goes for both your body and the planet. If you don't treat it right, where else will you live? Thank you for joining us today.